Welcome back. This is day 3 of owning a deadbolt. I never thought I'd get one of these, but it turns out it's a pretty cool truck. Um, I'll show you what all I've done to it so far in the 3 days that I've had it. Start off with the tires I just put on tonight, Patagonia's, the RC 4-wheel drive wheels. I've probably nearly doubled the purchase price of it so far. Obviously, the roll cage has been cut. I dropped 5.5 grams off the top. That's the equivalent of half of a AAA battery, so that was a good reduction of weight, and you can really tell when you drive it on rocks. Another thing you'll notice is I no longer have the pin mounts here. Instead, I've gone with neodymium magnets. They are great. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier, but they're fantastic. I love that so much. Also, the RC 4-wheel drive front mount for the ESC, it lowers the center of gravity of the ESC. I've got cut shocks and I flipped them so the majority of the weight is down low. I've got something else planned. I have the Emax up front. Another thing I've done is created a battery tray in the back that allows the battery to go right in and no problem mounts. What I've done to make that happen, I don't know if you can see it, but I have the hot racing rear shock mounts, but instead of mounting them the way that you're supposed to, I mounted them on the outside of the chassis, and what that does is it frees up all that space through the middle for a battery. And I found out that the crawler does like to have a little bit of weight in back, and it works really good that way. So there's plenty of room. I could even put a 500 mAh battery in the back if I wanted to. Another thing I've done, obviously, is I bought this car to put a PN70 in it, and I also wanted the other motor for a different crawler that burned one up. And thank you, Kenny, for sending that. It showed up today, and I really appreciate it. It's got the PN70 in there, but with the battery mounted so far back, it would not reach the front where it needs to plug in. So I made a short cord adapter, and now I can just plug my battery in, no problem. It works great. So I'm really happy about that. What else have I done to this? Oh yeah, on the bottom you can see that I flipped the skid plate around because I had to do that in order to get the PN70 to fit. Otherwise it'd point forward and there's no room for it. So I had to do that. When you flip this around, you have to shorten the drive shaft just a little bit. I took off about 1/2 centimeter, and it's perfect. One thing that I did have to do when I flipped it is there's a little screw where the housing meets the I don't know if you can see it on this side. Let me see. But there's a screw right in there. I don't know if you can see that on the back side of the plastic thing. I'll try to zoom it. Right, it's not doing it very good, but this was, let's see if I can get this in there, right here. It's not wanting to focus, but anyway, there was a problem with that link hitting a screw, so I trimmed the link a little bit, and now it works perfectly. It was kind of binding up the whole thing, so I trimmed those a little bit, and along with shortening the drive shaft a little. You don't have to do anything on the front. It works just fine up front. There's enough of that slip joint that it can it'll still hold just fine. But the rear links have been high clearance, and that works really good on a truck with arms that long. It really matters a lot. And I think this is going to be the truck that I put the telescoping kinetic shocks on it, because it's just begging for it, especially with what I'm going to do next. I will have the mudslinger tires on it with different rims once I once the mudslingers are available again. They're not available right now, so I can't do anything about it. But these tires and rims are placeholders for what's coming. And I have the other type of RC four-wheel drive rims that are the white ones that are the three-piece, and those will get mudslingers on it. And with the kinetic telescoping shocks, it's going to get a lot of travel out of this, and a little more ground clearance because of the bigger tire. And I'm going to do one more mod I'm not going to tell you about yet, but it's going to be crazy. I've got a little bit more brass coming for it, although I don't think it even needs it. I've been driving it tonight with these wheels and tires, and it really does a nice job. There's only one line I can't do that I can with my other car, and other than that, it does everything else, maybe even a little better, because the tires are smaller and the sidewalls are stiffer, and it's just it's a more positive steering, and the servo can kind of manhandle these tires a little bit better than something that's taller. But it's doing great. This car is awesome, and you're gonna love the next mod I do. I've got some pieces coming, and when they show up, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, I think somebody else has already done it, but I kind of want to show it to you when it comes. It's gonna be something on the front, and hopefully it'll make it even better. So I think that's all I've done for now that I can talk about. But these body clips, I mean, that is the coolest thing, or the lack of body clips. I just bought neodymium magnets from my hobby town in Ankeny, and good people there. This thing is awesome. I'm putting these on everything because I hate body pins. They're always getting lost, and they'll scratch your body up. These won't scratch anything. It's just metal on metal on the bottom, and it's perfect. I'm amazed at how good this thing is. Well, that's all for tonight, and talk to you later.